All right, section 3.4, we kind of switch gears here and we go into something different than our special angle pairs. What is special about slopes of lines? And you have covered this before in Algebra 1. It's kind of a review, and we do a little more with it than we did in algebra. So definition, the slope of a non-vertical line is the ratio of the vertical change, which we call rise, to the horizontal change, which we call run. So rise over run. It's between any 2 points in a line. This is commonly known as rise over run, which is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. That's our slope formula. So rise over run is the slope, and it's equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So a negative slope falls. So, for example, a negative slope would be m equals negative 2/3, and a picture would look like this. It would come down from left to right. A positive slope rises. For example, m equals positive 3/4. A picture would look like this. From left to right, it's going up. Undefined slope is a vertical line. An example would be 0 on the bottom. So 0 on bottom. So like m equals 6 over 0 would be undefined. And we know that because we cannot divide by 0. And your picture would look like this, a vertical line. And lastly, a zero slope would be a horizontal line. Zero on top of fraction. So like m equals 0 over 8. And it would look like this. X and Y axis. And the line will be horizontal. So those are the 4 different types of slopes that all of you have probably seen before. So there's negative, positive, undefined, and 0. So example 1 says, find the slopes of lines in the coordinate plane. Find the slope of line A and line C. So let me zoom in. So line A. All right, the slope, or m, equals, in line A, there are 2 points. So line A is right here. 2 points. Let's call this one x1, y1, and we'll call this one x2, y2. So y2 minus y1 is 6 minus 2. So it'll be 6 minus 2 divided by x2 minus x1 is 4 minus 0. So the slope is going to be 4 over 4. So the slope of this line, 4 divided by 4, is 1. So the slope is equal to 1. That is the slope of line A. I'm going to change colors. And let's find line C. The slope of line C. So over here, line C, let's find it. Here's C. There are 2 points right here and right here. So we have x1, y1, x2, y2. Okay, so to find the slope, you take y2 minus y1, so 6 minus 6, divided by x2 minus x1. So 4 minus 0. Again, looking at the blue points. So we will get 0 over 4. 0 divided by 4 is 0. Okay. Checkpoints. Find the slope of line B. We'll do line B in green. So for line B, your two y values are 6 and 3. Those are the two ones circled in green. So it'll be 6 minus 3 divided by, so we did 6 minus 3. We'll do 4 minus 7 on the bottom. So 6 minus 3 is 3. 4 minus 7 is negative 3. 3 divided by negative 3 is negative 1. All right, and then lastly, line D. Let me find, line D is right here. I'll do that in yellow. So there are 2 points. The slope is going to be y2 minus y1, so 6 minus 0 divided by x2 minus x1, which is 4 minus 4. We will get 6 over 0. If you type in 6 minus 0 in your calculator, you're going to get error because you can't divide by 0. So the slope is undefined. And that is also because it's a vertical line. Vertical lines are undefined. Then we have a couple postulates. Postulate 17 says 2 lines are parallel if and only if they have the same slope. And any 2 vertical lines are parallel because they both would be undefined. Postulate 18 says 2 lines are perpendicular if and only if the slopes of the lines are opposite reciprocals. So for example, 2/3 and negative 3 over 2 are opposite reciprocals because one is positive, one is negative. That's the opposite part. And then 2/3 and 3 over 2 is the reciprocal part. And then another point is that vertical and horizontal lines are perpendicular as well. So for example, a vertical line and a horizontal line are perpendicular. And by the way, this right angle box there means perpendicular. Okay? So, knowing that, it says identify parallel lines. Find the slope of each line. Identify if the lines are parallel. So we want to find the slope of K1, of K2, and K3. So K1 is this first line. We'll do that in red. Y2 minus Y1, let's do negative 6 minus negative 1. By the way, minus a negative becomes plus a positive. And then we have negative 4 minus negative 3. Again, plus positive. So for that red line, K1, negative 6 plus 1 is negative 5. Negative 4 plus 3 is negative 1. And negative 5 divided by negative 1 is 5. Change colors and find the slope of K2. So those 2 points. Let's do negative 4 and 2 as y2 and y1. So the slope is negative 4 minus 2 divided by 1 minus 2. So negative 6 over negative 1 is 6. All right? And then the slope of K3, I'm going to change colors again. K3 is yellow. So let's do y2 minus y1. So negative 3 minus 2 divided by x2 minus x1. 3 minus 4. So negative 5 divided by negative 1 is 5. So which slopes are the same? K1 and K3. So K1 and K3 are parallel. All right. I am going to, let's do the checkpoint here and then example 3. Okay, we'll do checkpoint right here. It says line C passes through 2, -2, and 5, 7. Line D passes through those 2 points. Are the lines parallel? Explain. So to know if they're parallel, we have to find the slope. So let's find the slope of line D. So for line D, you would do y2 minus y1. So -8 minus 4 divided by x2 minus x1. So -8 minus 4 is -12. And then this is 1 plus 3, you get 4. So the slope of this line is -3. For line C, we have x1, y1, x2, y2. So it'd be 7 minus -2 divided by 5 minus 2. 7 minus -2 is 9, and 5 minus 2 is 3. So the slope is 3. So are they parallel? No, not the same. So these are not parallel because they do not have the same slope. Okay, and then example 3 says draw a perpendicular line. Line H passes through 1, -2. So go to 1, -2. And 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you connect the dots here. It says graph a line perpendicular to H that passes through point 25. So first, let's find the slope. The slope of this line is, if I count this, I go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 over 1, 2, 3, 4. So up 8 over 4. So if I go to point 25, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would do the same slope. So either up 8 to the right 4, or we do the complete opposite. Down 8, left 4. So if we go down 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, to the left 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. This line would be parallel to the green line because they would have the same slope. The slope would be 8 over 4, which is 2. Okay, we're going to skip the last problem, the last checkpoint. That's all we got for section 3-4 notes.